In this video, I want to talk to you about some of the key stretches that I think are vital for runners.
If you like this video and you want to see more content from us on how to stay fit and healthy, then don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Anyway, over to the video.
Now, before I start talking about the video, I just want to be clear because one of the questions that I commonly get asked are, what stretching should I be doing, and should I be doing it before I go running or after when I come back from running? Now, for me, particularly when it comes to long distance running, the stretching, or what we term static stretching, which is where you're looking to hold a muscle for a period of time in a certain position, is vital after running. This is when we have been using the muscles excessively. They've become short, tight, overactive, and what we want to do is elongate those fibers back to their resting length in order to maintain our flexibility and to not cause any problems. The one thing I would say though is that if you suspect during your run that you've suffered an injury, then I wouldn't be stretching those muscle fibers. If you imagine an elastic band that you've slightly got a little bit of damage on, if you then pull up that elastic band, the chances are we might make that damage worse. So what we're talking about today is a routine that you should be doing after your regular runs, as long as you don't suspect an injury. And any stretching that we talk about, a static stretch should be held for 30 seconds in order to activate what we call the stretch reflex. And this is where a message gets pinged to your brain, which will allow that muscle to relax and gain some flexibility. The calf and soleus area. Now we have two muscles in the lower legs, or two main muscles, I should say, in that calf area, what we term the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Now these are vital to stretch following running. We use these excessively. They absorb shock up from the ground as we're running. They look to propel us forward as we're running. So when you're doing that 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 times, it's obvious that we're going to develop some tightness in that area. So what you want to be doing is stretching out this area with both the gastrocnemius and the soleus for 30 seconds. The hamstrings. The hamstrings are the muscles that live above our knee and below our hip in the back of the leg. Now, when doing this stretch, what's important to note is that there's 3 hamstring muscles. By moving that toe position, what we're able to do is isolate each of the hamstring muscles. So for these stretches, I'd recommend doing the stretch with the toe in each of the 3 positions for 30 seconds. And you'll feel the stretch in the same area, but slightly moving around a little bit. And this might allow you to stretch out each of those individually and really target where you may have developed any issues. The glutes. The glutes are the muscles that really are our most powerful muscle in the body, and they look to be driving us forwards. They can create a lot of injury in runners if we start to develop problems or lack of flexibility or lack of strength in there. So these are the big muscles that wrap around our hips, and it's vitally important that we're stretching those out. The hip flexors. Now the hip flexors are the muscles, smaller, less known muscles that sit on the front of the hip, and they almost are a deep stomach muscle, but we use them a lot when we're running as we have to lift our hip as we run. So these muscles are very common to become short and tight, but often missed, and as a result can lead to quite a lot of dysfunction, particularly when we think that the hip flexors actually attach onto the lower spine vertebrae. So these are vital when we're following running, that we're stretching these out. The thigh or quad muscles. Now the quad muscles are a big set of powerful muscles. There's 4 of them, hence the name, that really look to be driving us forward, and you would have all suffered some pain in the quads, I'm sure, following running. We typically might notice these even more when we're walking down the stairs, for example, compared to up the stairs, because that's what we call an eccentric load through your quad muscles. Very important that we're stretching these out well. The groins. The groins are the muscles that live on the inside of the leg. And again, it's important to remember that we have 3 of these groin muscles. So when we're doing this stretch, this is another one where we can look to change the toe position from being straight to in to out in order to really pick out those 3 different groin muscles and make sure that we're having a good, effective stretch in the area.